To the one who seeks, where you're the one who seeks. What are you seeking? All right, we're gonna do some tea leaves right now to kind of get a little topic going here. Yeah, I just wanted to fly out. Okay. So that was feather. That's funny because it's flying. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. Ooh, that's not really a good first card, is it? All right, well that one's flying, so it's definitely wants to be known. Okay. Let's take this and those. Okay, we have wealth. So somebody could be using you financially and maybe even lying to you. Maybe they're making a lot of promises that they can't keep. You know, they're presenting these kind of looks like nuts and bolts kind of thing, washers and things. So they're presenting the washers to you as if they were coin when they're not, right? Like they're worth something. It's almost like the bartering system, right? Well, yeah, I gave the neighbor my cow for all these bolts here and washers. One day I'll use them for something. And it's going to bring us so much wealth, right? Which may or may not be true. Camel, preserve and you will overcome problems. So the camel holds water in its hump. And so preserving that water, whatever this may be, so this could be your money too, right? The water usually means your emotions though, so preserving your emotions will help you overcome problems. Persevere. So it's not preserving, it's persevere. So it's overcoming something, right? Overcome those emotions. Cup, you should accept valid criticism. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this. Yeah, it's really hard to accept criticism sometimes, especially if it comes off in just a really negative way. There's always, there's constructive criticism and then there's criticism, right? So we're always looking for that constructive criticism, but that's a really fine line between being criticism, right? So depending on who the person is and who you're giving this criticism to and how they accept this information is going to be totally different from person to person depending on their experiences. And so criticism can be taken very offensively if it's not said in a good way. Okay, but criticism, it says valid criticism. I just don't even really like the word criticism. It's so negative. Even though it's saying like valid. Right, okay, so I feel like this is something to do with somebody doing something wrong, not doing something right. And they know that they're supposed to do it a certain way. And so somebody is giving them criticism. So it's actually valid because you've been told again and again, this is the way we do it. And so this person is valid for criticizing you because you should already know this by now. Mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. All right, so obviously you're not taking this criticism well. You're really defending who you are, right? This is who I am. This is how I've always be, accept me or don't. Kind of a feeling here. Money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. All right, it looks like we got these washers here again. Same kind of thing. Okay, so it's like this person is leading you down a path, and I don't think it's the right path. Because this is insincere and undependable. So this is some sort of a scam, some sort of money scam. And this person is being very persistent with you about this, right? They're being very stubborn, unwilling to change. Maybe they're giving you some criticism. This is something that you need to persevere, right? Overcome this problem. Success. Looks like you will. You will overcome this. And in April, by April. And angel, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. Awesome. That's great. Great news. Okay, let's see if I can fit in there. Okay, so what is happening here? Seems a little scary. Okay. Yeah, I hate scammers. There's so many of them out there anymore. You can't even tell what's real anymore. You can't even go look for a job without thinking it's a scammer or it actually being a scammer. There's a lot of fake shit out there. Okay, and you really got to be on top of your game. You realize they come up with new scenarios all the time on how to get you, right? And they play with your mind, and if you're a good person and you want to help others, things like that. So beware, be careful. It's all illusion. Okay, won't be surprised if the Magician pops out. Okay. Four of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Five of Cups. Yeah, so this is right under criticism here, and she has this kind of look of despair, or distraught, or feeling unsure about herself. And there is somebody with their hand here under this bowl, so it is like they are offering this criticism, right? I don't know, but you have so many empty bowls over here of criticism that you've already been dealing with, and so having this other one, even though it's super bright and shiny and rainbowy and beautiful, you don't even, not even looking at it because you're like, it's just going to be like these other ones. I don't even want to pay attention to it or acknowledge it. And so it's kind of like the pot, the gold at the end of the rainbow, right? The wealth, right? So it's like whatever they're offering here may seem very shiny and bright and beautiful, but maybe it's not. And so you're really choosing to have to not look at it, right? Because you've already had some experience in the past with this energy, and you're like, I'm not going to fall for that again. So I'm not even going to look over there. But I do see you in the hangman position, so I do believe it's time to look at another perspective, right? Ooh, these ones are very similar here too, and it's funny because it's almost like you just keep flip-flopping. You're back and forth constantly. On this aerial yoga here, hanging upside down, right? So you're like, you're down in the dumps and you're not wanting to believe anything that's happening here. And you'll go work out, go do some yoga, and then you have like this newfound perspective and a new energy, but it's like only when you're here, only when you're doing this, and then you get back out of it, and when you're back out of there again, you're back to these freaking bowls. You keep going back to your empty fucking bowls, right? You do have this one here that has the rainbow in it. It's still there. It's been stored for you. It's been saved for you. Even though you didn't want to look at it, you still don't want to look at it. All you want to do is worry about everything that's going down the drain here. And since we are talking about money, a path to find money, this seems to just be going down into the earth. Some sort of like cave or hole, journey to the center of the earth. Right, it's time to make a change here at this 5 and have some harmony and some foundation. You keep going in this like topsy-turvy, up and down, like this emotional roller coaster here. Right, it's that marketing scheme where they make you feel really good and like they sell you the need, right? Even if you don't really need it, they're selling you the need. And then you feel really good at that time, and then maybe you bought into that shit, and then it made you feel really bad again. And it almost feels like it's darker here than it was here. Okay, so this other person here, this undependable and insincere, this undependable and insincere person, this feather here, light as a feather, stiff as a board. It reminds me of that old childhood game. It could just be a witch's thing that turned into a childhood game. I'm not really sure the origin of it. Which, you know, so in that game, you have a bunch of people sitting around somebody who's laying flat on the floor, and they just take their 2 fingers and they say light as a feather, stiff as a board several times, and then everybody lifts together and lifts this person up with just their, you know, 4 fingers all together. Kind of weird and creepy. We played it as kids. But there's something about it. It's like you become weightless when you just let it go, right? Because the person lying there becomes somewhat weightless after this chant, which also shows some of the power in like what a chant might do for you. And that takes teamwork, right? That takes a lot of people to do it. You can't just do it with one other person. You can't do it by yourself, right? So you're gonna need at least 5 people. This is the 5. Oh my gosh. So, wow. So I feel like, yeah, this is some sort of weird scam. Maybe they're calling you. This is a group of 5 people, and they're all reaching for the same thing, right? They want that bonus or whatever they're going to get for scamming you. You know, all your money, your house, your car, your children, whatever, you know, I don't know. And they're all reaching for it. And that just seems like kind of a lot of people to be against you. I do feel like, though, you are here, you're the Empress, just being like, I don't even care, right? Kind of oblivious is really what it is. Not even that you don't care, you're just oblivious, like you're in your own little world. And this person here, these people are pretending to be all loving, caring, maybe even somebody has to do with, you know, taking care of the earth, and they're scamming you on getting donations on water conservation or planting trees or something, right? And this is happening all over the world. Okay, and these people are fierce. Like, they're going to take no prisoners, right? They're just going to come at you. Because now this person's already got that fire, that wand there. And they're going to come at you like a lion. And they're going to eat you up. Because they know that you're a caring, loving person now. Because they've already manipulated you. Okay, so maybe it's accepting the criticism of somebody telling you, like, hey, you need to stop paying this person because they're a scammer. But you're like, no, they're not. They wouldn't do that to me. You know, but that person is your angel here. So, listen to that. You know, maybe they're saying it in a harsh way, like, how can you be so stupid? Don't you know this is a scam? But we've all fallen for them. And if you haven't, you will. So, at least one in your life, right? You'll definitely learn from it, though. All right, let's see. Running out of room. I guess I'm going to put these just kind of next to each other here. Interesting. So I've seen other people who read on YouTube who do this, and they just lay them all out next to each other so we can get all the cards. I've never really done it before, so we're going to try it now. I actually kind of like it. You know, I've always enjoyed it watching it, but actually doing it is a different thing. Yeah, it's nice. Okay. So we have this Two of Cups here, which represents unity. Okay. And carelessness and memories, past memories. Yeah, so it's like I was just saying, you learn from your mistakes. From the things that happened in the past, how you got burnt. Tell me more about this Two of Cups. Okay, you're getting really creative here. You're becoming in the spotlight. Your intuition is starting to really open up. Yeah. And the lion here. The strength. So you really are gaining a lot of strength from this. You are speaking your mind more. You are searching new ideas, different things. Breaking patterns. Right, becoming more abundant, more educated, protecting yourself, knowing how to protect yourself from these lions. And it's almost like you need to become one of the lions to protect yourself from the lion. So instead of losing your whole self, though, and the whole part of you turning into a lion, only half of you is turning into a lion, because you still want to keep this loving, warm nature of a person that you are, that's holding this lamb and loving this lamb instead of eating it and slaughtering it, right? But you want to understand the true nature of the Lion King, to be able to dominate him as well. So you do have to take on a little bit of that aspect for your personality. Yeah, it's the inner knowing, right? Knowing who they are and studying this. And I think speaking out, putting them on spotlight too. Saying, hey, I see you. I know what you're about. Okay, and then we have Three of Cups here in the bottom. I'm going to take that. Okay, this is about having unity. Bringing some unity into your life, some peace, right? Maybe you get some other people to help you out with this. You know, you have some sort of a group that you get together and talk about stuff with. It's a support group. Because you do really feel jaded when somebody robs you in this way. Temperance, the devil. Yeah, it really pisses you off, man. It makes you outraged. It makes you want to do things that you wouldn't normally do. It makes you feel like this puppet on a string. Oh my God. There's just so much weight to carry here, right? Now, like, you might even have to physically move because of this bullshit, right? Maybe they scammed you so hard, you lost your home. This is all that you have left and you need to move on now, or they're scaring you out of town, right? This is now a new beginning, though. We're at the 10. This is the end. This is the final straw. This is the new beginning, because now whenever you get to wherever you're going, that's going to be your new beginning to start a new story. Yeah. So you've walked all the way to the edge of the ocean here. This does even look like sand dunes that you just came over, but it doesn't look like you came from the ocean. Right, so you're totally going to be transforming here. Looks like maybe there's even somebody waiting for you, because it feels like these tikis are the same as these tikis on the same bluff. But these are two different girls. They have different hair colors. They're wearing different things, right? So there might be somebody new waiting for you. They don't know that they're waiting for you. You don't know that they're waiting for you either. It's just this internal feeling inside, right? This person's going to help you out. Who is this person here that's going to help you out? Help you catch that next wave, teach you how to surf, teach you all about the beach, things that you don't know about, that you've never been to. Maybe you've been there, but you don't know the full story. Who's this person? The Magician. Holy shit. Didn't I say at the beginning of this that I wouldn't be surprised if the Magician pops out? Yeah, because of this undependable, insincere person. I feel it's like trying to trick you into something. So is this person? I thought you moved to get to calmer places, calmer waters, even though the ocean's usually not calmer waters. Yeah, so you moved to get to calmer waters, but somehow ended up in rougher waters with somebody who's playing tricks on you. The tricks continue. 7 of Wands, protect yourself. Yeah, you need to protect yourself. This is a lot of people trying to come at you, right? It's like that, those 5 people, it looks like 2 more joined in. You need to be able to find some inner peace, because I don't feel like anybody else is going to be able to help you outside of this bubble. So what can you do? Ooh, Tower. God dang. Okay, 9 of Swords. Turn your nightmares into dreams. I can't see that. It's on there. Boo. Alright, let's try and push these up a bit. Oh, see, no, I just don't have enough room. I guess I could zoom out. One day I will get my shit together. Yeah, there's gonna be a huge tower moment. I really feel there's a lot of fluttering going on here. A lot of fluttering. A little bit of chaos, right? And like, what the fuck is going on? I can't even watch. This tower moment's gonna hit really freaking hard. And I think that whoever is deceiving you here, this musician that you're meeting on this other side of your healing, where you felt like you were healed and you walked away from, and then you learn that people are still playing tricks on you, is really going to be a huge tower moment for you. It's going to make you cry. It's going to give you nightmares. It's really going to scare you out of your home, right? Because you left your home here. So maybe it's going to scare you out of home again. But we do have some transformation here with the butterflies, which is very positive. Okay, I do even feel like there's a transformation here. There's kind of like a ghostly bird here. I think this was the ravens. The ravens. It's like what dreams are made of, like only what dreams are made of. It's almost like elusive. But then we have the Queen of Pentacles here, which is like very calm and serene. So I think, shit, you might have to go through this move twice. You move on your own here, you get burnt out of your home here. Yeah, having a lot of nightmares, and we're trying to get here, right? The Queen of Pentacles. Can you tell me more about the Queen of Pentacles? Holy shit, dude. Half my deck just flew in the ground. Alright, let's talk about these. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles. She's got a lot to say. Let's just say that. Look, and we're about to get really messy and chaotic here. We're having to move all this, right? Now we can't see some of the messiness that's going on up here. You know, success is kind of being, like, what do you call that? Eclipsed right now. Okay, so we're just gonna go with it, man. So Three of Swords. This is heartbreak. It's mending the wounds, right? Because we went from here to here. This is tying it all together. This is feeling it, though. You got to feel those emotions in order to heal them so that you can feel like this. Like, dang, I just got that pot of gold, right? Like, this is literally the treasure chest at the end of the rainbow. And you're within the water here. So you're immersing yourself in some emotions, and you're embracing it, and you're rejoicing in it. You're doing a lot of meditation. Once again, a lot of emotions. You're dealing with your emotions. Okay, and we're planting some new seeds here. Okay. Now this one's almost like running away. You're actually running towards something here. Interesting. So you're following these birds now. The birds here. You're following this bird. This bird is almost like saying Mayday, Mayday. It's almost like Lassie. Something's wrong. So you're running towards your motorcycle to get somewhere with your bow and arrow here. It's interesting. So I'm gonna have to look into that a little more. And then the Nine of Pentacles. We have the white bird here, right? It became an actual being instead of just a spirit or something that you've dreamt up. It's something that you actually manifest because you've planted these seeds. And this is what you're running towards here in a hurry, right? Yeah, you have been on a long freaking journey. And I do see you alone here. There's not really anybody else with you. So I think, you know, this is kind of a journey you're going to be taking on your own. Because nobody can really help you, right? Because they all end up turning out to be this illusionary kind of person. Like they seem really cool at first until you see kind of the sinister style underneath it all, and who they truly are. And so you've kind of just moved on alone here. It's the only way that you could actually protect yourself and heal and mend to get over all these nightmares. So many nightmares. There's like not really a lot of good like memories here. It all feels a little drab. All the past memories. And you are really longing for this connection. I just don't know that it actually is going to happen though, right? Because this is the duality here. This is temper. Things are changing. This is the sun and the moon. These are like totally opposite things, right? What you want and what you get are not always the same thing. And we have the devil involved here that you have to break free from. It's like this is the illusion here, is that you need to have somebody else. When you don't, you can do it all on your own. And this is very abundant. This is all pentacles here, Nine of Pentacles. I mean, you can only get to 10 to be even more than that, right? So you're really wealthy here on your own. You don't need the promise of whatever this money path is from the feather that you've been following your whole life. You got this. It's even showing up in your nightmares here. You might have all these nightmares going on, but at the same time, you still have a glimpse, an understanding of manifestation and what it is that you really want, and really embracing everything and just becoming one with yourself, being one with nature, and really grounding yourself to heal. It's a huge transformation. And so you did have to go through, you know, we were talking about scammers. You know, this could be a phone call scammer. This could be somebody in your relationship. This could be a coworker. This could be a boss. This could be a friend. It could be anybody, right? A neighbor, that maybe you feel like you're being scammed from this person. And it's just time to walk away and release all of this. And you need to journey through the emotions. And the universe is really just putting you through it and continuing the cycle till you learn your lesson. Okay. Let's pull a mermaid. Can we just tie this up a little bit? Anything else we need to know, Spirit? Sanctuary, privacy, inviolate personal space, respected boundaries and taboos. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, isolated, personal space, privacy, boundaries, right? has nothing to do with getting together with others. It has to do with just taking sanctuary for yourself, having your personal space, having some boundaries, keeping things private. Self-care, taking care of yourself, doing what you want to do, what you love to do, what feels good to you, what feels beautiful to you. This is a 10. This is that ending. This is you washing off all that bullshit from the past. And when you get out of this tub, you'll be anew. You won't be stuck in the bathtub anymore. Maybe you're gonna lose these fins and grow some feet, so that you can step out of this tub to freedom. All right, that is your reading. Love you all. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.